What's going on, my friends? Chris here. I want to bring you all a quick update of Bitcoin. Right now we're sitting at $30,000. Right now we're up about 0.2%. And what I want to talk about here, guys, and what I want to get into was looking at Bitcoin on the 1 hour time frame all the way through the weekly time frame. And I do a lot of trading on the 1 hour time frame. I like to do swing trading in this space, so it actually plays pretty well, that 1 hour and that 4 hour time frame for me. So I just wanted to kind of take you along and show you what I'm looking at today. So if you get something from this, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Let me know what you got going on this weekend. Always love to hear it, and we'll dig into this. So what you can see for Bitcoin here, guys, we've been trading below our 200 moving average here on the 1 hour time frame since we dropped through. This was on heavy volume as well, so that was pretty good confirmation, and that was on May 5th. So since May 5th, we have been trading below this 200 moving average. Now we had a little bit of time here where we got above it, but we didn't have any sustained higher highs and higher lows up above it. So now what we can see is happening for Bitcoin, we are actually trading up above this 200 moving average on the 1 hour time frame. We're up above our 30 and our 50. So in my opinion, that's what we need to hold right now. We need to stay up above that 200. If we see us drop back below that, that's going to end up showing weakness for us. So we want to stay up above that as we're trying to break up through this resistance area. And if we throw on the pivots, the main area that I'm kind of spotting in here would be about that $30,750. So that main area right in that range, that's going to show you our overhead resistance spots. So you can see we have a few spots here, another area around that $31,400. So just really keeping an eye out on this because we're going to need good volume to get up through these levels. But I do like that we are at least on the 1 hour time frame trading up above our 200 moving average, and we have had some higher highs and higher lows. We have a little bit of a failure here, a lower high, trying to hold a higher low, so getting into a little bit of an equilibrium. Volume's not looking too bad, but this is the first step, guys, because essentially what we want to do, we want to get back on the daily time frame to a daily uptrend, and we're not there yet. And it's going to start on the hour. It has to start on the hour. We have to gain the uptrend, and then we have to go out to the 4 hour time frame. And we take a look at the 4 hour right here. So time frame analysis is really going to help you. So when we're looking at this on the 4 hour time frame now, you can see we're still trading below this 200 moving average. And guys, this has been a pretty good indicator for us. If we step back, besides the times when we're just moving sideways, which moving averages don't work too well. When you're moving sideways, you don't want to pay too much attention to them. They can chop you up. But you can see when we're in uptrends and we break up above this 200 moving average on the 4 hour on heavier volume, we stayed up above it for basically this entire uptrend right here. And this is some time here, like a month and a half or so. And then once we broke down through it, look how long this acted as overhead resistance. So if you just stayed long once we got up above this, got out once we broke this, and then say you wanted to play short, if you were doing that, you're staying short until we cross up above it on heavy volume there, and that would have been your place to get out. This has been sideways, no direction in the moving average, and now it's been down for us. So we have to realize we're in a downtrend right now. We're trying to change that from the 1 hour, the 4 hour, the 1 day, the weekly. So on the 4 hour, you can see we have more work to do. Now, right now, we're trying to stay up above our 30 moving average and our 50. Same deal. This shows us a little bit better. I would say about that $31,300 is going to be a big spot for us. But essentially, guys, what we need to see here, you can see we had a push up right here, little chop, and we need to go up and break out through this with conviction on volume, higher low, find support off it, and keep moving. That's what we're going to be looking for, higher highs and higher lows. We have to change that trend on the 4 hour time frame. Now if we get out to the 1 day, we take a look here. So the 1 day, if we're taking a look at this here, we're trading below our 200 moving average, our 30 and our 50, and we've gapped away pretty well. We've caught some air here away from our 30, so sometimes we can have that reversion to the mean, and if we do get pulled back up into that area, that'd put us back at around $35,000. If we went up and tested this trend line, we'd be looking at about $38,500. Now in terms of support, what we need to hold is going to be about $28,500, and the reason for that is you can see we had our low, high of the bounce, higher low. We're trying to go up and set a higher high. If we can get through that $31,400, we need a higher high, higher low, just keep digging our way out of this. Otherwise, this could just be a lower high, we chop in here, another lower high, and then we drop down, break through that, and we could just keep moving to the downside. So it's going to be important that we hold these areas, guys. We really need to hold around that 28,600 right now. If we bounce out to the 1 week time frame, So on the 1 week time frame, we still are up above our 200-week moving average. So we do have that going for us. But even if we go down to that, guys, we're going to be looking around $22,000. So if we do have another leg to the downside, we could look to that area to see if we could find some support. Back in March 2020, we did find support off that, and then we had a really nice rally come. So this has been deep. We're trading below our 50 and our 30. So right now, guys, I haven't really been trying to be a hero or anything. I've played some smaller positions on the 1 hour time frame, just in and out, little scalps, stuff like that. But in terms of larger positions, I'm just not there yet. I want to see a daily trend change. So if we go back to this here, I really want to see a nice daily trend change. And for me, guys, in all honesty, I would really even like to see us trading, broken out of this trend line, because this downtrend line has been really established. If we could break out of that on good heavy volume, that's what really could kick things off for us. So, just being more patient, knowing that I don't have to nail the bottom. Yes, we've had some climax volume here. We've had a long wick down in here, and sometimes those can mark bottoms for you. So we do have those things going for us. On the 1 day time frame here, our relative strength is at 38. The VWAP is at 6.30, so we have crossed to the upside there, so that's not too bad. If we take a look at the money flow, it has been red, but we're trying to make a little move to the upside there. We did have a green dot come in, and that was down around negative 91. So just keeping an eye on this as well, but knowing that I don't have to nail the bottom here if I'm going for a longer swing trade position, a larger position. I want to really have the trend in my favor. And if we step back and we take a look at the bull markets here, guys, we're almost always trading up above this 50 moving average in red when we're making strong moves to the upside. You can see when we crossed it here, we stayed up above it for quite a while until we had our correction, but we got back up above it, stayed up above it. Then once we dropped it, we really spent a lot of time. This is a significant amount of time. Okay, so our price range, we ended up dropping about 44%. And if we take a look at the date, how long we traded underneath that until we had a quick break, you're looking at 81 days that we stayed underneath this 50 moving average on the 1 day time frame. So this is significant, and it's still overhead right now, acting as overhead resistance. So we have all the moving averages as overhead resistance. We have our 31,400, then I'd start looking up to around that 35,000 as overhead resistance, and we have this downtrend line we have to break out of. So there's no rush for me to say I need to put on a huge position right now. It doesn't matter, if you're a longer term investor, guys, then these are attractive areas, and that's a whole different strategy. But if you're looking for a larger swing trading position, you want to have the wind at your back. You want to be with the trend. You don't want to be playing counter trend. So these are the things I just wanted to leave you with right now. You don't have to nail the bottom. Risk management is key. Watching the market, you're going to benefit from just watching the market. It's going to be significant for you, and you don't always have to be in a trade. Remember that. So just be careful out there, guys. God bless each and every one of you. Take care, my friend.